Well, we've arrived at the part of this ceremony that is, I don't know whether I should admit it, so I'll just do it in a small group, but my favorite part, it's the Catzman Award time. And it is my very great pleasure to address the award for professionalism and civility for 2022. In 2009, this award was established by the Catzman family in conjunction with the Advocate Society and the Chief Justice of Ontario's Advisory Committee on Professionalism in memory of the late Honourable Marvin Catzman. I am old enough to have had the privilege of appearing before Justice Catzman many times. And on each one of them, he was unfailingly pleasant to everyone in the courtroom. He was the kind of judge who wore civility on his sleeve. He was the kind of judge who you just could not wait to get into the courtroom with, because whether win or lose, you were going to have a good day in court. Everybody had a good day in court when they were in court with Justice Catzman, because he was first and foremost a kind human being. Every day that he set the tone for the courtroom, and the entire courtroom rose to that tone. He was knowledgeable in the law. He was generous with his time and expertise. He was dedicated to the highest ideals of the profession and brimming with integrity, fairness, and civility. Justice Catzman's daughter, Julie Catzman, is here with us today. And all who know her know the following. She emulates her father in so many ways. She sits as the chair of the selection committee. Julie does an excellent job on that committee and in that position, steering the committee through many worthy submissions, and this year was no exception. Thank you to all those who nominated such worthy candidates for this very prestigious award. Alas, there can only be one winner, and it is my great honor to announce that this year's recipient of the Catzman Award for Professionalism and Civility is Neha Chugh. I was so obviously exuberant that I haven't yet got to like all of the incredible qualities of Neha before the applause exploded. So let me just tell you a couple of things about Miss Chugh. Many of you will know her because she has an incredible online presence as well as a courtroom presence. But I want to highlight a couple of things for you. Ms. Chugh is the managing and principal partner at Chugh Law, a law firm that Ms. Chugh established in 2014. She practices primarily in the area of criminal law with a specific focus on youth criminal justice and persons with mental health issues. She also serves as a staff lawyer at the Akwesasne Legal Clinic and as a prosecutor and duty counsel at the Akwesasne Mohawk Tribal Court. She is a sought-after speaker, lecturing on all manner of topics: youth criminal justice, Gladue reports, artificial intelligence, risk assessments. They are endless. Practicing in Cornwall, Ms. Chugh is the very first lawyer from outside of Toronto or Ottawa to have received the Catzman Award. She is devoted to her local community, including sitting on the editorial board of her local newspaper, the Cornwall Standard Freeholder, where she writes a monthly column that discusses legal issues in plain language for a general audience. She also co-founded the Coalition for Unity, Respect, and Equity Equality for All, an organization that fosters racial equity, diversity, and inclusion in Cornwall and surrounding areas. And if that isn't enough, she also sits on the board of directors of the Criminal Lawyers Association and the Law Commission of Ontario. And if that's not enough, In addition to her legal practice and her community involvement, she's pursuing her PhD, researching the delivery of therapeutic justice in rural communities. And if that's not enough, she's an amazing Twitter person. I don't have the lingo perfect, but if you ever want to pick me up at night, sometimes I see these tweets, and they often include doing homework with her children and drinking milk or having dance parties with the family. So she's really just basically an all-round amazing human being. Through her legal practice, community involvement, mentorship, and scholarship, Neha Chugh exemplifies the qualities of this award, all that it was designed to promote and honor. I am delighted she is here to receive this well-deserved recognition. And this is the point where I would call on Julie Catzman to actually bestow the award on Neha, which has already been done. So we're going to give you one more round of applause here. And
good evening, good afternoon. I have so many thank yous. Okay. I wanted to start by thanking the Catzman family. Such an honor to be included in this award, tributing His Honor Justice Catzman, whose legacy was one of warmth, intelligence, and humor. To the angels who nominated me, you know who you are. Women who are uplifting and supporting women in law every day. Thank you. To my best friend, Anne-Marie McElroy, who has been by my side since week 1 of lawyering. To the lawyers and staff at my office who are watching remotely from Cornwall, probably cheering right now. Thank you for being by my side always. To my South Asian tiger mother, who raised me as a single mom in Guelph, Ontario, who is wondering what to nag me about next. To the Advocate Society, to this court, to the Catzman family for giving me this award, to a non-traditional candidate, a brown mom lawyer from a legal aid defense practice in Eastern Ontario, in rural Eastern Ontario. Thank you. To the judges of our courts who secretly or not so secretly lurk our Twitter accounts. To my husband, Jeremy, for being my champion since I was 19 years old. To my 3 kids who I love relentlessly and who remind me constantly that I actually know nothing. I have laid awake so many nights worried that I am not enough for my kids, that I'm not enough for my clients, that I'm not enough for other lawyers and for this profession. When I think about civility and professionalism, I wonder how to balance traditional notions of civility and professionalism with our collective need to challenge systemic issues plaguing our justice system and the status quo. I wonder if I am enough for this task. Civility goes beyond diplomacy and just being nice to one another. It doesn't mean avoiding conflict. This new generation of lawyers has been tasked with undoing so many historical wrongs, the weight of which can be unbearable at times. We work in a system where so many individuals are reminded that we don't belong on a daily basis and within the pressures of an adversarial system. The great privilege of being able to advocate for clients, to wade into conflict with humor and grace has saved me time and time again. Dear young lawyers, you are enough for this job. You belong. Your advocacy matters. To the young lawyers, the Black lawyers, the Indigenous lawyers, the brown lawyers in rural Ontario, there will be so many days where you will be reminded that you do not belong. It is uncomfortable. It is exhausting. It is okay to be tired. It is okay to be angry. But don't dwell in that space. You may not feel like you are resilient, strong, or tough, but give yourself grace first, because that's what Justice Catzman would have given you, grace. You are enough, and you will be able to navigate these situations to make our whole profession more equitable and inclusive. And most of all, the kids are going to be all right. Thank you.
So, thank you very much, Ms. Chugh, and I think we can all assure you that you are more than enough. Thank you.